friends, it's Kelly, and today I have a layout for the signature style hop, the hop that's not hosted by Sarah Scraps. And I will be using this collection from it's actually from Asuka, and it's called Memory Place. I got this at a cherry on top, I want to say like last summer. So it's not like a super new collection, but super pretty. And the photo that I'm scrapping is one of me and my besties on a recent girls' trip we took. And my one of my friends' husband is always playing with like filters and stuff. He's a computer guy, so he he used a filter to make our photo, this photo that I'm using, super fancy. So I thought this really pretty collection would go well with the photo because it kind of has a painterly effect, and that's kind of the kind of vibe, that kind of an artsy vibe that this collection has to me. So we were at a farmer's market and in the garden at this really pretty farmer's market. So I thought this would be a great collection to use. And I know that looks crazy right now, but what I've done is just created two great big banners. And I decided I wanted to layer one on top of the other, and realized I didn't need to use up all that paper. So I wanted to use some of that pink wood grain paper to put behind my photo, which you see me doing right here. And I've got to get that a little bit straighter before I can put it behind there, behind that photo. So again, another lighter kind of wood grain paper that I'm going to mat my photo in. And lots of fussy cut elements. I sometimes, when I just want to do something crafty and I don't feel like scrapbooking, I will just sit and cut a whole bunch of elements from whatever pattern paper to use as embellishments. I love doing this just because I feel like you have a little more control. You can build your own scenes, and it's great when you love to layer like I do. So, which I love to layer so much. So, I'm going to use lots of layering on this page because this is the signature style hop. It's just we're not like sticking to a sketch or to a certain theme or using a certain technique. This hop is all about just kind of showcasing your signature style. And if I had to pin my style down, I would say, well, it's first of all very eclectic because I like so many different things, but also I love like kind of grungy, I love artsy, I love layers and lots of elements behind the photo. So lots of dimension and texture. I'm like the opposite of a simple scrapper. So I just, my motto is more, and more is better. So not that always works out for me, but I sure do try. And here you'll just see that I am just fussing around with some of the elements that I cut out, just trying to find a composition that I like. I had a general idea, but once you start adding layers and dimension, sometimes the whole layout takes on a life of its own. So, which is kind of what happened here. This is not what I had envisioned when I started this, but I just kept playing with the pieces, and ended up coming up with something that I'm really happy with. I love this picture of my friend Michelle. She's just a beautiful lady with or without the filter, but I sure do love the filter because it just makes us look so much more fancy. You would never know that we were out in 110 degrees, and I'm not kidding. 110-degree weather. We were sweating, and it was it was fun, but it was so hot and humid. But you would never know that because of this wonderful filter that just makes us look sparkly and fancy. So I decided to use that little frame piece. I'm going to put one up at the top and one kind of to the to the bottom right hand side, as you see there. And this collection had like cameras and frames and flowers and lots of like food and kind of a random assortment of things like makeup and um, like right here I'm putting down a glass jar with like a drink, and there's tea and there's some food, and so all of these things just kind of reminded me of our girls' weekend. We did a lot of shopping, did a lot of going out to eat and walking around, and we did a whole lot of sweating, like I've already said. But and but mostly we shopped and we ate and we talked. You know, of course, we talked and laughed and had a great time. We all there was three of us, and my next layout coming up pretty soon will show a picture of all three of us. This Michelle and I just happened to be in this garden at the time, but anyway, we spent a lot of time just laughing and having fun, and it was a very nice, relaxing end of the summer kind of trip. So I took this over to my sewing machine and stitched across the top. And I'm going to put this, I don't know if you can really tell, but it's like a wood grain and a film strip. Like the film strip is over the wood grain. And I thought I would just use that as another little layering piece. I'm going to do my title up there, which says Sparkle and Shine. And I'm going to add that little bow at a cattywampus angle on some foam adhesive. And the sparkle and shine, and then that little banner piece that's hanging down, that is all also from Asuka, and it's like a real thin, flexible chipboard, and I really love it. And then I pulled in this P13. It's also kind of the same material, but I just wanted that natural color of that wood to be represented in more areas than just the top. So I put a little vine on either side of the photo as well. And just adding a few more little bits and pieces because, like I said, more is better, right? And I have these flat back gems that I got from Hobby Lobby. These are, I can't remember the names of them. But anyway, they're Hobby Lobby brand. And I'm just adding like about 3 in each cluster, I believe is what I end up doing. And then also adding some butterflies. I had already done that. I added some butterflies around the page. And I'm getting pretty close to the end. Once I start adding enamel dots or the little pieces, that usually indicates that I'm almost done. So be sure to go check out all the other ladies who are participating in this hop. Oops, and let me say real quick, I'm adding diamond stickles to the wood pieces just to give it a little bit of more sparkle. Yeah, and I showed you there. So yeah, be sure to go check out all the other ladies who are participating in this hop. And Sarah Scraps is the organizer of this whole thing. So we appreciate her putting this together and coordinating it. I've had a great time participating. If you enjoyed this, please hit the like button and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know when I upload new videos. Thank you. Bye.